Today's NHL 21 Franchise Challenge video is presented by the Seattle Short Kings. Let's see if we can win a Stanley Cup in 10 years with the short players of the NHL. Herotheycallme. Alright, before we get into this challenge, let me lay down the rules. All players 6 foot and under, or I should say 5'11 and under, we'll include 5'11 players, are considered short for this challenge. We have 10 years to win a cup. We don't win by 10 years, we lose. I'll be 1-1 instead of 1-0, considering we won last time with the USA Americans, with only American players. Some people might be saying, but Hero, 5'11 and 5'10 isn't short. Well, go on Tinder and find out how short is. I'm going to swap Arizona for our Seattle team and put Seattle in the Pacific Division because that's where they deserve to be. I'm going to make sure we add the contract here this time. That way when we draft players, we're actually getting players with the year on their contract like it should be. I turn owner mode off. CPU trades will be on. Player morale, we're going to turn that off. Fog of war, we're going to turn that off. Salary cap will keep on. Head coach, edit lines. I guess we'll keep that on as well. There we go. We got 10 years to do it, so let's get into it. Alright, so if you watched the previous video when we did All-Americans, I went through each team. I picked a guy and then we moved on. This video, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to, I'm going to click on the Anaheim Ducks. I'm going to see who the short players are. Then I'll come back to when I just made my picks. That way, just save some time, just to break it down for you. Goalies is going to be a different situation. I don't know if we could find any short goalies, but I'll take the shortest goalies available because, most goalies now are like 6'4", so that's kind of puts a hamper on things. But we're doing players, so it's okay. If I find a short goalie, I'll take him, though. The best short guy on the Anaheim Ducks is Vinny Lettieri, so that's who we're going to take. We could take Alex Goligoski, but the goalie up for grabs here is Antti Raanta, and he's only 6 foot. I think that might be the shortest, best goalie available, so we're going to go ahead and take Antti Raanta as our goalie. And we're going to take Yaroslav Halak out of Boston because 5'11", he meets the criteria. He actually is below 6 foot, so we're going to take Tobias Rieder because he's 5'11", out of Buffalo. We're going to take Dominic Simone from Calgary here. Going to go ahead and take Joakim Ryan out of Carolina. Chicago's a pretty easy choice. We're going to take Andrew Shaw. Another very easy choice out of Colorado as we get Sam Girard, who's 5'10". We'll take Gus the Bus Nyquist out of Columbus. Actually, I changed my mind. I'm taking Nathan Gerbe. It'd be better to take Gus Nyquist, but Nathan Gerbe's on the board. He's 5'5". We have to. Gonna take Anton Khudobin out of Dallas. We got 3 pretty good goalies. Pretty easy choice here. I'm gonna take Troy Stecher out of Detroit. Another simple choice, Tyson Barrie out of Edmonton. I'm gonna take Shorty Frank Vatrano out of Florida, 5'9". Trevor Moore out of the Los Angeles Kings. Got a choice between Jared Spurgeon or Marcus Johansson here. I think I'm probably going to go Johansson because I really don't like that contract of Jared Spurgeon. It's pretty freaking bad. Paul Byron out of Montreal is a pretty easy choice. I got to go with my boy Rocco Grimaldi again out of Nashville, 5'6". And of course, we're going to take Will Butcher out of New Jersey because he's also pretty good and he's also 5'10". Going to take Jordan Eberle off the Islanders here. Going to take the 5'9" Colin Blackwell off the Rangers. I'm going to take Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer off the Senators. Taking Aubé-Kubel off of the Philadelphia Flyers. I'm going to take Chad Ruhwedel out of Pittsburgh here on defense. I'm going to take Marcus Sorensen from the San Jose Sharks. Best available shorty on St. Louis is Mitch Rinke, so I guess I got to go with him. I really thought Anthony Cirelli was shorter, but he's not, so I'm going to have to go with Blake Coleman. It's unfortunate. I'm going to take Travis Dermott off of the Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm going to go ahead and take Sven Baertschi off of Vancouver here. Carl Hagelin off of the Washington Capitals. And since I have to draft another defenseman, and I have no chance at, I have to go all the way back if I wanted to find someone who's smaller, I'm just going to draft Derek Forbort and trade him off for somebody, so don't worry about it. So here's our full team. Laterra, Raanta, Halak, Ryder, Simon, Ryan, Shaw, Girard, Gerbe, Khudobin, Stecher, Barrie, Vatrano, Moore, Johansson, Byron, Grimaldi, Butcher, Eberle, Blackwell, Balser, Aubé-Kubel, Ruhwedel, Sorensen, Reinke, Coleman, Dermott, Baertschi, Hagelin, Forbort, like I said, will be traded. So you can probably tell that we're going to need some big-time help, that's for sure. So I'm probably going to go ahead and trade off our first-round pick and try to find a legit, top short king for us. So let's see what we can get done. I'm going to try second and third Forbort for Torrey Krug. I'm also going to throw in next year's second. There we go. I'm going to try to get Jonathan Marchessault and Peyton Krebs, my first 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Hey. Alright, so let's look at our depth here. As you can see, our center depth pretty low. Coleman, Vatrano, Simone is our 3 centermen. It's not great. Luckily, the free agency is right around the corner, or it's here, I should say. So we're going to be, looking for a free agent center to fill the void there. Wings is where I think we're strong. Defensively, we're pretty strong as well. We got Marchessault, as you saw, we traded for. We got Johansson, Byron, Sorensen, Barty, Hagelin, Ryder, or Reeder, I should say. And then right wings, we got Eberle, Shaw, and Grimaldi. You know, we have pretty decent wings for what we got. Defensively, I think is our strongest. As we trade for Krug, we got Barry, Butcher, Dermott, Gerard, Stetcher, and then we got Ryan as our extra. It's a pretty good decor, I think. Goalies also pretty decent. Rantanen and Khudobin, and we also have Lack in the system, who I'll probably trade off for something along down the line. But yeah, not too shabby. Obviously, the center depth is our biggest concern, so we're going to go see if we can find someone for agency. And we got Michael Granlund, who's going to be our #1 center this season. Going to try to get Clayton Keller for first-round pick and Peyton Krabs. Hey. All right, so with the addition of Keller and Granlund, our center depth looks a lot better than it did before, that's for sure. Keller should grow, too, and get better, hopefully, for us. So this is our lineup, pretty much. Left wings, we got Marcel Johansson, Sorensen, Byron, Hagelin, and Reeder. And then we have Eberle, Shaw, and Grimaldi. And then defensively, we got Krug, Barry, Butcher, Gerard, Dermott, Stetcher, and Ryan. And then, of course, the Nets, Rantanen, and Khudobin. So let's see how the lines look. Well, this isn't great. Our coach, he likes to play this, and they don't flow well, these lines. But our top line, Marchessault, Keller, Eberle could be okay. Johansson, Granlund, Shaw, Sorensen, Coleman, Grimaldi, I don't know. Byron, Vetrano, and Reeder, not the best of the lines, like I said. Defensively, we got Krug and Barry. We got Butcher and Stetcher and Dermott and Gerard. All right, we're at the trade deadline here. It's not looking good for the Seattle Short Kings in their first season. 52 points now. Probably going to get a good draft pick, but we don't have our pick. So, I don't know. I'm going to look and see who has contracts up and who I don't want to keep, and we'll see if we get any players of better caliber. Most of our top guys are putting up points. Granlund is a second-line center. He's got 30 points. I'm not mad about that. I wish it was a bit better. Keller's got 41 points in 62 games, and hopefully that could get better in the future. Torrey Krug's playing up to his contract, so the goalies are both have over 900, so... Tyson Barry's contract's coming up, Dermott's contract's coming up, Jansson's contract's coming up, Coleman, Sorensen, Reeder, Simon, Barchi, Ryan, Balcers, Rudy, Letary, Moore, all those guys' contracts are coming up. And they most of them have one extension. Dermott doesn't, so we're going to try to trade him. Coleman and Sorensen as well, so we're going to get rid of all those guys and sign the rest most likely. Tyson Barry's coming back. We'll trade Dermott for Matt Grzelcyk straight up. And it's accepted, perfect. Gonna try Coleman in a 3rd and a 4th for Dylan Dubé. All right. Gonna try Sorensen a 5th, 6th, 7th, and 2nd for Cole Caulfield. There we go. Gonna try Rantanen 2 seconds and 2 thirds for Teravainen. All right, perfect. All right, so we got new lines now. Obviously, Marchessault's injured, so it'll change when he comes back. We got Teravainen, Keller, Eberle, Grimaldi, Granlund, Johnson, or Johansson, I should say, Hagelin, Vetrano, Shaw, Ryder, Dubé, and Paul Byron. And defensively, we got Krug and Barry, Butcher, Grzelcyk, Gerard, and Stetcher. So no minuses anymore, which is nice to see. Herotheycallme Lack is coming back. So is Reeder. So is Simone. So is Ryan. So is Moore. So is Johansson. So is Balcers. So is Letary. So is Barchi. The Seattle Short Kings finished dead last in the Pacific Division and 2nd to last in the league. I wasn't expecting a huge season from us anyways. I'm hoping next season's a bit better. Teuvo Teravainen led our team in points with Torrey Krug right behind him, but of course, Teuvo's most of his points came from Carolina anyways. Dylan Dubé is re-signing with us. We signed Nikita Gusev to a contract. As we go into year 2 of the Short Kings, you can see Clayton Keller definitely grew. He's an 89 overall now. Unfortunately, the top line's got a -1, but they're all pretty good players, so I'm not too worried about it. The second line, on the other hand, has a +3 with their new addition of Nikita Gusev, Granlund, and Eberle, so hopefully they do well. Johansson, Dubé, and Grimaldi also have a +1, and then our bottom line has a -1, which is okay. With Biron, Vetrano, and Shaw, how's our defense look? +1 on the top end with Krug and Barry. Then we got Grzelcyk, Butcher, and Gerard and Stetcher. And then in nets, we got the 2 old men and Khudobin and Halak holding down the fort, 5'11 and under, 35 and 36 respectively. So we'll see how they can do as a duo. Pretty good season thus far, right, guys, for the Short Kings? From worst to pretty much first. Well, definitely first in the conference, 2nd in the league, but 87 points, 62 games played, 42 wins, pretty damn good. Nikita Gusev's actually leading our team in points, so what a great offseason and get for us in the free agency market. He's got 19 goals, 38 assists, 57 points in 62 games. Seems like we're getting a lot of balanced scoring from our top 2 lines. Dylan Dubé having a hell of a season as well. He's got 39 points, 58 games, so good for him. Our goaltenders are both killing it. The old man squad of Khudobin and Halak, so good for them as well. Will Butcher a 5th, 6th, 7th, and 2nd for Adam Fox. Hey. Our new top line is Krug and Adam Fox now on defense, with Grizzly and Barry on the second line, Gerard and Stetcher in the third. Joakim Ryan's coming back. Derek Simone's coming back. Frank Vetrano's coming back. Rockin' Raleigh's coming back. Adam Fox, we signed him to a new deal as well. Rudolph Balcer's coming back. Sam Barty's coming back. The Seattle Short Kings, after finishing second to last in the league, finished first in the league 1 season apart. That's pretty damn impressive. Nikita Gusev led our team with 74 points in 82 games, had 26 goals, 48 assists. What a season for Nikita Gusev. What a signing by the general manager. Clayton Keller had a pretty good year, 59 points. Missed a couple games. Let's see how our goalies finished. I'm more curious about them. 913, 923, they both played well. Hedovin getting most of the load. And we get our first playoff action. We're facing off against the Anaheim Ducks. So let's see how it goes. Clayton Keller looks like he's dealing with a bit of an injury, but he's back to start the playoffs. The lines remain the same. Nothing really different here. Defensively, we got Torrey Krug, Adam Fox, Barry, Grizzly, Gerard, and Stetcher. Yep, so everything looks the same here. The Anaheim Ducks have Raquel, Henrik, and Russ as their top line. I think our top line's better. I think our second line's better too. Trevor Zegras already an 82 overall, though he could be a real thorn in our side if he manages to play well. Max Jones on the fourth line there. Defensively, they got Fowler, Madsen, Shattenkirk, Larson, Gould, and Heinen. Decent defense. I don't know why Denton Heinen's down there. That's really weird. But and then Gibson and Nets. That's their main guy right there. All right, here we go against the Anaheim Ducks. We'll simulate the first 4 games because you get swept. You don't deserve to be in the playoffs, as we all know. 4-3 overtime win to start. That's nice. 3-2 win. That's what I like to see. 5-4 overtime win. All right, let's go. I wanted this week. All right, we'll go straight to 7 here because it's the only way they can come back is if they win the next 2. Uh-oh. Okay, good. I got a little nervous. I thought they were going to come back. Let's see what we got in the next round. And the Short Kings are going to go face off against the Calgary Flames in the second round. All right, let's see what the Calgary Flames have to offer for us. We lost Clayton Keller for 2 to 3 weeks and Troy Stetcher day to day. That's not great. So our lines now look like Marchessault, Granlund, Teravainen, Eberle, Dubé, and Gusev. Okay, that's scary. I'm not a huge fan of that. Krug, Fox, Barry, Grizzly, Gerard, Stetcher. Okay, Stetcher's still technically here, though. He could get injured again, though. The Calgary Flames have Matt Tkachuk, Lindholm, and Backlund as their top line. Galchenyuk, Monahan, and Bennett. Magnifying, Ryan, and Corrali. Tuola, Dowling, and Peltier. Pretty good offensive unit there. Giordano and Hanifin, that's a great one, too. Valimaki and Tanev. Killington and Anderson, great team so far. And in nets, they have Jacob Markstrom. This is probably going to be the end of us. All right, we'll simulate the first 4 games. I'm not expecting much against the Calgary Flames, but we'll see what we can do. 2-1 overtime win, all right. 4-1 loss. Can't tell what happened there. 2-1 loss. I assume it was a loss. Yep, 3-2 overtime loss. So the only way we get to win is to get to Game 7. And oh shit! Here we go, Game 7. And here we go with Game 7. Can the Short Kings beat the Calgary Flames and move on to the Western Conference Finals? Oh yes, Clayton Keller. I guess he is back. All right, perfect. Scores on Markstrom. Dylan Dubé also score on Markstrom. Power play goal. That's a good start, boys. 2-0 to start the first. Make it 3-0. Marcus Granlund, or Mikael Granlund, not Marcus Granlund, sorry, scores to make it 3-0. And then 4-0 Paul Byron. I think it's pretty much set in stone that the Short Kings are going to move on this one. I'm going to go ahead and simulate the second period just to be that guy. 5-2, I think they're good. If they blow a 5-2 lead in the third, that's embarrassing. Let's just go ahead and hit 5-3 finals. Sure enough, we'll be going to the Western Conference Finals. And after a hard-fought 7-game series, we're facing up against the Winnipeg Jets, who beat the Nashville Predators 4-0 in their first, in the second round matchup, I should say. So if we're able to get past the Jets, it's either the Capitals or the Leafs. So let's see what the Jets have. Okay, so apparently Clayton Keller isn't back, or did he pull a freaking Stamkos and play for a minute and score a goal in the playoffs? Or the game was just glitched and it was like, oh yeah, you still have him for some reason, which is more than likely. Our defense is healthy. I want to go see, because it said 2 to 3 weeks. He wouldn't have been back in time. Yeah, he never got another injury, so I think this game's just broken. Oh no! The Winnipeg Jets got Ovechkin, Scheifele, and Laine as their top line. They got Connor, Little, and Wheeler as their second line. They got Ehlers on the third line with Roslovic and Appleton. This is a scary team. I don't like it. As their defense, looking Morrissey and Pionk, Nico and Pollock, Kabulia and Demers. A decent decor, that's for sure. And then in nets, they probably have Hellebuck. Yep, who's a 93 overall. Yeah, this is gonna be hard. I thought Calgary was good. This team is way better. All right, here we go. First 4 games. I'm not expecting a single win here. 3-1 loss, or 3-0 loss, 4-1 win. Oh, okay. I'm gonna say okay a million times because I wasn't expecting it to be 2-2 at this point. Let's see how things go here. Can we get a win? Can we make it 3? Oh, overtime loss. Okay. Let's jump into this and see if they're able to get a win under their belts. It's a force of game 7. That'd be nice. It's going to be difficult, like I said. Winnipeg is big, they're strong, and they're talented. It's like our super downfall. Like skilled players, if skilled players are good, you know, if they're small or big. But I'd rather have a big skilled player than a small skilled player any day of the week. Adam Fox tying up at 1 apiece, but Appleton scoring again. This is Mackenzie Appleton, I assume his name is. I don't know. It starts with an M. Mackenzie Appleton sounds correct to me. Scoring 2 goals on us. I think he's a 4th liner. It's like we're shutting down the top line. Paul Byron, though, you know, he's a 4th liner. He's going to score for us, keeping it tied at 2. We have less shots, so, you know, our goalie's doing his job, I guess, compared to the other goalie. If we get the 3rd, I think we could keep it a 3-2 game. But we have to get that next goal. We do! Michael Granlund making it 3-2 for the Short Kings. Let's go, boys. 3-2, going into the 3rd. All we need to do is shut the door for 20 minutes. Big time power play for Winnipeg here, and they don't score on it. That's a plus. Another power play, 4-on-3 this time, and they don't score on that either. Oh my goodness. Boys are making it hard on themselves right now. They have just over 5 minutes left in the game. Can they shut the door? Will it happen? Will we force a Game 7? Will the Short Kings get to the Game 7? They will. Perfect. I had to make sure if Clayton Keller was back for this Game 7, and sure enough he is, just to make sure if it was a glitch or not. Here we go, Game 7 for all the marbles. Will it be the Short Kings, who are actually the better seeded team, which I don't understand how Winnipeg was so low seeded. They should have been the best team with that roster. Versus the Jets, we got a 0-0 tie. Never mind, Blake Wheeler scoring on Anton Khudobin, making it 1-0, but Matt Grzelcyk answering the bell right after that, making it tied back at 1. 5 minutes left in the first period, and the shots are close, relatively close anyways, but Austin Czarnik, ooh, that's an interesting one, scoring. I believe that's their 4th line center. Apparently their 4th line's up playing our 4th line, which is something I don't like to see. Seems to be matched up perfectly. We got a power play goal from Clayton Keller. That's what I like to see. Thank you, boys. Keeping us alive is our big guns. That's what you need in the playoffs. Of course, you do want your lower line guys to score some points, but the big guys are going to bring you to the Cup final. As we got another power play, another goal perhaps. Nothing going there. I just want to get to the finals in our second year. That'd be amazing. And Frank Toronto is going to make it happen as long as we're able to shut the door for the next 10 minutes here. The Short Kings up 3-2 again. How they won last game. Winnipeg Jets peppering them with shots, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. And the Short Kings are going on to the finals. It'll be the Short Kings versus the Washington Capitals. Both games went to 7 games, but the 2 best teams of the league, one in the West, one in the East, will match up in the finals. Kings, or Short Kings I should say, versus Capitals. Short Kings look to still be healthy. How are they on the back end? Yep, still healthy, and I assume the whole team is healthy. I'll check the goalies too. Yep, Khudobin and Lack. Very interested in seeing what is on the Washington Capitals here. They got Backstrom playing left wing, Kuznetsov and Daniel Sprong, Vrana, Janmark and Wilson, Oshie, Bukestad, Hathaway, Dickinson, Elder, and Soderberg. It's a real weird team. Defensively, they got Orlov and CARLSON, Dillon and Schultz, Kempney and Ruda, and in nets, Ilya Samsonov, who's a 90. Oh my goodness, 90 overall. That happened quickly. You got to think that after being the Winnipeg Jets, Washington would be a cakewalk, but I'm not going to take them lightly. Hopefully they don't take them lightly. 6-2, 2-1. Okay, so we have the 2-0 lead, or 2-1 lead. Let's see if we can make it 3-1 here. Okay, this is a chance to take the lead now. It's 2-2 series tied. There it is. Okay, we have a chance to win the Cup right here, so let's see if we can get it done. Up 3-2 in the finals. Can the Short Kings get it done and beat the Washington Capitals here as Jonathan Marchessault scores on Ilya Samsonov to make it a 1-0 game? Can we get one on the power play as well? That'd be lovely. We can't, unfortunately. But the first goal is the all-important goal, especially in elimination games. It really puts the pressure on the opposing team. That's a goal in any game, really, but it really hits home. If you let in one, if you let in two, then it really hits home. So I'm hoping we can get the second one here. It'd be lovely to go up 2-0 on the Washington Capitals here and put that pressure really on them. But no, Jacob Vrana scoring on Khudobin to make it a 1-1 game. Power play for the Capitals, and they can't get anything out of it, thank God. Who's going to step up for the Short Kings? Who's going to be the Short Kings savior and bring them that glorious cup only in their second year, which would be fantastic. It'd be a really short video, but it'd be fantastic if they were able to pull it off. 13 minutes left. Looks like we might get an overtime period. No, we won't, because Daniel Sprawn, the forehead magician, has scored another goal. But, oh, Jonathan Marchessault is back at it with another goal, tying it at 2. Thank God for Jonathan Marchessault. But, oh, here comes Justin Schultz. Justin Schultz, really? You're going to let Justin Schultz score on you? Looks like we're going to be going into a Game 7 against the Washington Capitals unless someone pulls something out of their butts. Nope, Game 7 it is. All right, it's Game 7 time. Can the Short Kings win the Cup in their second year, which would be amazing, or will they just come up just short of the championship? It'd be a real short video, I think, if they do win, but it'd be amazing. Like, what are the odds? 2 years from worst to best, like in 1 year, pretty much. We got ourselves a very, very close game, but it looks like Matthias Janmark going to be the first person to score, but Marcus Johansson getting the goal right back for the Short Kings. And then Clayton Keller scoring on Samsonov just before the period ends. That's a beautiful goal by Clayton Keller. That's a real back-breaking style goal where you think you're going to take the lead in, and then you get tied, and you're like, all right, it's tied, and then it gets scored on again. Oof. But Carl Soderberg, former Bruin, Carl Soderberg scoring, making it a 2-2 game. Still a free agent, Carl Soderberg. Andrew Shaw, though, says, nuh-uh, boy. This is our time. This is our time to win. The Short Kings are here. We're gonna take all the glory in our second year in the NHL. Short Kings up by 1. 20 minutes left, and they could be champions. Can they get it done here tonight? They're out shooting the Washington Capitals. Looks like they might be outplaying them as well. 4-2. It looks like this is going to be a Jordan Eberle. 5-2. Jonathan Marchessault. Let's go, baby. The Short Kings are going to be your Stanley Cup champions. There's no question about it now. And here we go. The Short Kings leading 6-2. As someone scored exactly as we were jumping into the game. I didn't get to see who it was. But I have a hard time believing that the Washington Capitals are going to come back with 50 seconds left. So let's get to the celebration, boys. And the Seattle Short Kings are your Stanley Cup champions 2 years in. That's all it takes. Is this the future of the NHL? The Short Kings, short and talented players, getting it done in only 2 years. It's all it took. I don't know if it's because I'm a great GM or if I found a broken strategy in this game to draft short players. Halak and freaking Dobin, best goal-attending duo of all time, apparently. Washington Capitals not able to get their second cup. Is that supposed to be Kuznetsov? It looks nothing like him. But there it is, the Short Kings led by Anton Khudobin winning the cup. Beautifully done. Teuvo Teravainen, we got Frankie Vetrano, Torrey Krug. Whole bunch of short boys out here. Dylan Dubé, no one breaking that 6-foot tall barrier. I love it. It's so good. Also, what do you guys think about these jerseys? Tell me in the comment section below. I think they're pretty sharp. Maybe it's just me, though. There's Dobie getting it done. Tom Wilson apparently is the same height as everyone else in the handshake line, even though he's like 6'4", or 6'3", doesn't make any sense. Dylan Dubé. Is that Dylan? Why does Dylan Dubé have a better face cam than most players? Looks like Teuvo Teravainen is going to be the Consummate Award winner. 2 goals and 10 assists for 12 points. That can't be right. Maybe that was in this series alone. That's the only thing I can think of. Attaboy, Teuvo. And there it is, the cup about to be awarded to the Short Kings. Like I said, 2 years in. I thought this would go on a bit longer. This is one of the series where I was like, I don't know, man. I'm not sure. Mikael Granlund celebrating with the boys. Anton Khudobin's got a hell of a beard right now. It doesn't look anything like him, but he's got a sick beard, so good for him. Apparently the captain doesn't exist. Did he get hurt? I guess so. I guess Tyson Barrie's going to come out. That's supposed to be Tyson Barrie? Okay. I guess Torrey Krug got injured in the series. Unfortunate. I really wanted a really short guy to carry it. I think Tyson Barrie's 5'10", but good enough. Tyson Barrie with the cup. Torrey Krug, I guess, maybe has COVID or something. That's why he's not allowed on the ice. This isn't the MLB, you know. The NHL takes that shit seriously. Straight off to Marcus Johansson, raising the cup for the first time in his career. Looks nothing like him. The face scans are truly terrible. Then off to number 7. Who is that? Jordan Eberle. Okay, is that supposed to be Jordan Eberle? I'm trying to see his face. Yeah, okay, I could kind of see Jordan Eberle there. Can Jordan Eberle even grow a beard? That's what I want to know. Jordan Eberle finally getting his mitts on the cup. Give it to the one man that matters, and that's Anton Khudobin. We all know it. I also hope one day they have an actual good Stanley Cup celebration where you get to see everybody carry it, not just a couple people in random order. Here we go. Doby, the rightful owner of the Stanley Cup. If only he could have done it last season for real life. That would have been sick. I'm a big Anton Khudobin fan. Love him ever since he was a Bruin. And there you go, boys. It is indeed possible to win a Stanley Cup with short players. So if you have any ideas for future videos like this, leave them in the comments below. And I'm Herotheycallme. I thank you for watching. Until next time, Hero Club for life.